Alright, what the heck is going on, my dudes? We're back here today with the next champion. Entering MCOC, we have the leader. The dude with the giant freaking head is finally here, man. So, this guy has one of the most unique and interesting playstyles in the entire game. And he's got some interesting stuff going on in his kit as well. So, we're gonna jump right into it today, alright? Let's get started with the Colossal Cranium. So, always active, this guy is always immune to poison. Come here. Come here. Okay, he's always immune to poison, okay? Now, as a defender, when his opponent's regen rate is at or below 0%, their willpower mastery is disabled. Now, people usually hate when willpower is disabled, but this way it's actually beneficial to you, because he has Spectre and Wither in his kit. That's what it's all about. So, when the Spectre brings your regen rate below 0%, instead of reversing your willpower, it just shuts it off. So, this is not active when you're an attacker, so you can always reverse the opponent's willpower, so it's a pretty cool ability. Now, his debuffs are interesting. They're called severe debuffs. That means that they won't be removed by Purify or Cleanse. Now, they won't be removed by the effects, but those kind of triggers still activate. So, Mole Man, for example, will still gain his Monster Mask. Zemo will still remove his Cleanse, but the debuffs will stick, so he can root them. So you can still use skill champions to like demolish this guy, but you can also fight skill champions with him. It's a very interesting kind of thing. Now, his first light attack does a Spectre debuff, and his third light attack does the Wither, okay? They're both at 20%, and they max out at 10 stacks and last for 18 seconds. So he's really good for regen fights, really good for power gain fights, because he's got both these debuffs on demand, okay? Also, for each personal debuff on the opponent, the leader reduces incoming damage from all sources by 1%, except for the special 3. Now, on defense, that becomes 3%, okay, against skill champions and 4% against non-skill champions. So there are ways to avoid the debuffs when you're fighting him, of course. So you kind of want to avoid light attacks when you fight this guy, right? Because of the protection. But if they do stack up a little bit, that protection is going to get a little bit annoying, all right? Now, gamma radiation and the green door. So the green door is located in the center of the stage, right? You enter the fight and there's a big green door, all right? And that's like into like, you know, the Hulk comics and everything. Like Immortal Hulk was big with like the green door and everything. I don't know if you guys ever read that one, but it's located in the beginning of the stage. It begins closed and it opens when he reaches 100 gamma radiation. Now every second he gains gamma radiation, right? And the more debuffs that you have, the quicker it is generated, all right? Now, when it's opened, 6 gamma is consumed each second, and this is paused during special attacks, and when he reaches 0, it's closed, all right? Now, once the green door opens, when his opponent is standing on top of the green door, they're going to be getting instant degen every single second. It says that somewhere. Here it is, all right? Also, when the green door is open, the leader gains a Fury passive for each personal debuff on the opponent, lasting until the green door is closed. So while the green door is closed, as an attacker, when the opponent uses the special attack, they gain 2 of each of your personal debuffs. And when you're fighting him, you want to stay on the door because that's going to remove the debuffs that you place on you. So you always kind of want to be on the door, whether you're fighting him or against him. So it's all about the door, man. And as you can see, once it opens, you gain additional Furies every time a non-damaging debuff is inflicted, and that considers parry as well. And here's the degen part right here. While the leader's opponent is standing on top of the open door, every half a second they're inflicted with an instant degen, dealing a burst of damage for each debuff on them, okay? Also, it says somewhere in there that the opponent will act more aggressive while fighting on top of the door. So you just always want to stay on top of the door. It's all about the door, man, all right? Now, the special one. Each hit inflicts 1 personal Spectre buff, okay? And on the final hit, the opponent's regen rate is at or below 0%, which it will be. It inflicts a 25% vitality passive for 9 seconds. What this does is it increases the regen rate on the opponent, and that's going to reverse all of that with the Spectre. So it's a really, really cool ability there, man. Really, really, really cool. The special 2, each hit inflicts 1 personal Wither debuff, and on the final hit, You get a non-stacking power dissolve debuff for 18 seconds. What that does is that it's kind of like a power burn type thing. Like if you lose power by any way, right, you're going to like take a burst of damage. It's kind of like Vulture's special 2. And then the special 3, you inflict a degen debuff dealing 54,000 direct damage over 14 seconds, which is quite a bit, all right? And while the green door is open, you gain 10 personal fury passives, and you inflict a 10% degen vulnerability passive, and that can stack up to 3 times. Now keep in mind, all right, when the door is open, all right, you gain all of that degen, that direct instant degen, okay? The degen vulnerability is going to play into that very, very well. Now let's talk about his SIG ability. Does he need it? Let's see. While the leader has at least 12 personal debuffs on the opponent, he gains a steadfast passive, and this becomes 4 against Mystic champions. That's really nice to have. It lets you block unblockable, but you definitely don't need that, you know? Also, personal fury effects have a duration of 6 seconds after the green door closes, essentially, right? So it lets him just attack a little bit longer, and then intercepting the opponent with the light has up to a 100% chance to randomly inflict a specter or wither. So he definitely does not need to be awakened, but it's definitely nice to have. Let's start jumping into some gameplay today, man. So here we're gonna jump right into this long Jane Foster fight, 700,000 health. I'm gonna show you the loop that you want to do with him against vanilla matchups that don't have regen or ability power rate, okay? So check it out right here, right? I'm doing a lot of light intercepts here. We're gonna bait out a special attack because they're more aggressive while on the door, all right? And as you can see, look, we're already pretty much ramped all the way. We have our 20 debuffs right there. Our gamma radiation is going up to 100, right? We're making our way up to special 3. So if you can't take advantage of regen or power gain, you want to go for that special 3. And the reason being is because we're going to get, watch this, 10 more furies and also put that degen vulnerability, all right? So our damage is going to skyrocket now, all right? So look at all the burst damage. We're doing about like, give or take 12,000 degen per second between the debuff and the instant degen, which is pretty darn good, man. And our furies just keep going up. Now, as you can see from the SIG ability, we had that fury for 6 more seconds here, okay? And look, Jane Foster is down below 50% health, so that was like, give or take 380,000 health, right? So let's just say this was Battlegrounds, right? For example, against any Mystic, right? The only one who would really survive that is like rank 3 Sassy, right? 440,000 health. But yeah, honestly, the damage is pretty decent in the vanilla matchups there. And as you can see, once the door is open, we're pretty much back at another special 3. We're going to inflict our second degen vulnerability, and that could stack up to 3 times. So he just kind of keeps control of the fight as it goes, and that degen vulnerability is pretty chunky, as you can see, right? Because now the numbers are a lot higher. And look at how tanky we are as well. We have the protection, we have just really good block proficiency as well, and we're finishing this fight at 100%, and we're gonna finish it off at what, a special 1 here? Yeah, not too bad, man. And that is a vanilla matchup where he is not meant to be used like at all, okay? Now, we talked about passive power gain. Those withers are really, really good. Of course, withers can like shut off America Chavez really easily. Also, any passive power gain, man, like Sorcerer Supreme, like America Chavez, like Mystic Dispersion, like Mangog, like Dragon Man, right? Watch Sorcerer's power bar. Watch her power bar. It's going to be reversed. She's not going to get to use her special attacks. It's going to keep that Mystic power gain completely under control, as you can see. And then you want to make your way up to your special 2 here, all right? And you're going to use this thing, and of course she died, but from there, it would have put all 10 withers on, and it would have done damage proportionate to how she lost it, okay? Now we're going to look at something even easier, okay? The Spectre and the Vitality and the regen reversal and all that stuff, man. Another cat. So, look at this. We got Absorbing Man here who has that really nasty regen, right? Also, he's got nice animations for like hitting block and like backing off and doing a light intercept, which I personally really appreciate, that little ricochet there, all right? So check it out here. Special 1, bam, Vitality. We're going to increase that regen. Look at that. And also keep in mind, we could block that special 1 if we had to, if we were awakened here, but this is just a rank 1 6-star, just for the utility purposes here. Look at how we're just reversing all that regen like crazy, man, right? And now I was going to show you this against Photon here. Look at this. I was going to show you the SIG ability where, look, we have the Steadfast, right? We have the we had it over right here because we had 12 debuffs on the opponent, right? But then what I wanted to show you is, look at her willpower healing. Look at how the willpower is just kind of like nuking her down. I noticed this and I was like, wow, man, look at that. You're just constantly reversing willpower, which is really, really nice, just always having those specters just live on the opponent, man. So yeah, that's some like utility showcases on the leader, a vanilla matchup on the leader. Let's check out the deep dive rotation real quick so we can see some more meta relevant matchups. To begin, focus on your light attack to inflict your Spectre and Wither debuffs. While the opponent is on top of the green door, they'll act more aggressive, so take advantage of easy intercepts and special baiting. Your Wither and Spectre will keep ability power gain and regen under control. And yes, this includes Mystic Dispersion. As your Gamma Radiation climbs to 100, the green door will open and you'll gain your Furies. Build toward your special 3 while keeping the opponent on top of the open door so they take bursts of instant degen. And then, launch the special while the door is open to gain more Furies, inflict a degen vulnerability, and a degen debuff. If the door closes and the opponent isn't already knocked out, just repeat the process until they are. Now, if you're up against an opponent with passive power gain, you might want to go for your special 2 to keep your withers topped off and take advantage of your power dissolve. This will deal damage based on the power lost on the opponent. And hey, the leader has some very potent heal reversal. So, if the opponent has some aggressive regen, you can stack your Spectres and use your special 1 to grant a vitality passive and make their regen stronger. That way, you can reverse it even further. Just make sure you stay aggressive. And yeah, man, that's the leader, dude. I think he's really unique, really cool. He's not really like a damage powerhouse, but he's a very, very strong niche utility champion. And also, I think he's going to be pretty annoying on defense in the right scenario too. Like that protection is just like annoying, you know? And his animations are a little bit annoying to decks as well. So yeah, man, I think he's really cool. He just looks really cool. I love like the green door mechanic as well. I always love when like a champion launches with like some new innovative mechanic. I think that's really, really awesome. So this month we had like Patriot launching with Reversal. And the leader launching with the green door. You know, when it comes to like meta relevance, they're both a little bit more niche, okay? But they're really good at what they do, you know? Like, you're probably not going to want to use the leader for like those vanilla matchups. But if you have a high healing matchup or a high power gain matchup, you probably will. For example, with Patriot, if you have like a lot of non-damaging debuffs, he's going to pop off. But you might not want to use him in vanilla matchups. So we had a very niche month with 2 new mechanics, which was pretty cool. All right, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big old like and let me know what you think about the leader in the comment section below. I'll be seeing you around.